Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Let me get a few things lined up with the camera. Excuse me. All right. Trying to get a bunch of things to going. And we are live. We're going to be launching another free session, another free quantum energy session. And what does this do for you? Well, there's actual science there for you. There's a lot of interesting information. Just understand that one system has an impact on another and back and forth. It's a complete cycle. It just keeps on going around and it goes both directions. So with that being said, I want to say hello. Hopefully you're all doing well today. Hopefully you're finding the positivity to connect to because it is available. Now I'm just going to open up the chat, say hello, and if you have a comment, you have a question, please add it in. Let me just do this here. I want to make it entertaining. Because we all deserve some entertainment. We all deserve some love. This is some new pop-ups, some new updates have happened. So I'm just gonna X that out there, and okay, let's bring this on. Here it is. This is what I'm looking for. Found it. All right, so let's say hello. Make it nice. Get some music going in the background. Something positive. This song's actually called "Happy State of Mind." So that's starting to bug me. Let's bring it up. Oh, now it's too high. There we go. All right. Yeah, it's going to work here today, whistling to work. Wow. Sorry, everybody. Getting figured out. There we go. All right. We're in business. All right. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for maybe you got a little laugh out of that. I hope so. And so, without further ado, let's bring up the Synergy sessions, the Quantum Energy Healing Club, and one of the gifts I wanted to be able to provide is we all benefit from this. This is the science. Dr. William Tiller, he's got it all ironed out. Not all of it ironed out, but he's definitely showing and demonstrating that wherever you are in the world, you can have a positive impact. And so what I'm asking you today is to honor yourself, honor the wisdom that's within, the power that made the body heals the body. You cut your finger, it gets better. Your job is to keep it clean, right? Think about a surgeon. He does the job. It could be a horrible car accident. It could be a traumatic injury. The surgeon does his job, but what has to happen after that? The surgeon's just putting everything back together so it's easier for the body to do its work. Just like if you've broken an arm or a leg or a finger, the doctor sets the bone, but what is doing the healing? That is what I want you to connect with today, your healing potential within. Now, will I get a little in trouble for that? It's okay, because I actually have the science to back it up. So, do you have the science to back up what you're saying or what you're hearing? If it sounds doubtful, if it sounds not quite sure, well, ask questions. That's what we're supposed to be able to do. All right, let me check the live stream. Chat's up. I'm gonna say hello, everybody in the chat. Get prepared to. There's Big Marv. Hey, Big Marv, glad you're tuning in here. So we're gonna launch this. This is this last Wednesday's session, and we go live every Wednesday at noon. Oh, thanks, Big Marv. Let me see if I can change the music. Boom. Maybe that's a lot better for everybody. Notice there's like 3 or 4 volume controls. Hopefully that's a lot better. Now the music's off. So we're gonna get started anyway with the session. So let me bring it up. There's me in the bottom right-hand corner. There's some of the doctors that were on. I'm starting this just before we go live on this chat, and let's get right into it. You can hear us what we're talking about, and then I'll come back at the end. We'll say hello, and I'll give you some more updates about what to do, how to do it, and take it into consideration. And that way you can keep nourishing yourself, nourishing your mind, nourishing your body, so that you can be resilient and adaptive to all the stresses that are coming your way. All right, here we go. Indeed. All right.
Excessive emotion is just a form of attachment to somebody or something or whatever.
Oh yes, Obi-Wan.
The responsibility for emotion is ours.
Yes.
It's not out there, it's in here.
Okay, let's make sure we can go live. I'm gonna go live on Facebook early. And we'll get started. Do the news share. I'm gonna turn off the screen thing for a moment. There it is. Okay. And we'll do this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's fast forward here. Get to the good stuff.
We're supposed to have masks now.
Oh,
So
right.
I dug that out of the closet. See,
Okay.
he's got a mask.
Masks,
No,
gloves,
not that one. The
eye
one with
protection.
the horns.
Yeah, the one with the horns. I don't
The
know who it
warrior
was.
one with the
It was
warrior
in
with the
Venezuela in the
horns.
80s.
All right.
Added a little color to the wall, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we are going live on the the private Facebook group, and you know, this we'll start there, and then I'm going to start streaming this to the other 7 or 8 channels that we got going. So that's going. Let's do a new share. Point, boom, boom. All right, we are in business. Okay. Now, let's do this. Okay. Whoa. Oh, we're doing Synergy Solutions today. It's just a logo.
That's Harmonious Healings, right? Yeah.
Not that one.
Transformation Tuesdays.
There we go. And then we're going to show this image. We'll start with this image today. All right, this is an amazing image. Make sure you're focusing in on this one. So where we're playing is this component here: information, intention, subtle energy fields that affect the electromagnetic spectrum. Then we can see that train of effects to function, and vice versa.
Yes.
All right. So let me pull up my cell phone. Now, Sasha, when do you guys go back to? When do you guys change time there?
Sunday. We're on GMT still at the moment.
Okay.
Next
So
Wednesday will be an hour different.
Okay, and right now it's almost 4 o'clock your time.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
That's right.
I'm happy. I'm getting my my international understanding reminded. You know, it's like, okay, so the rest of the world uses the metric system, not here in the U.S.
Well, I missed you the other week.
Yeah. Same with Adrian.
I was here, but you weren't.
We weren't.
Well, we were already wrapped up. We were here and gone.
Absolutely.
We had already happened.
Absolutely.
All right. So I'll turn that music back on. We are definitely live in the chat. I'm just pulling up. Give everybody a minute or two. Sasha? How's the internet been in your part of the world? Has it been fast? Has it been slow? Has it been normal?
It's been okay, actually.
Yeah, I
It's
feel
been okay.
for the most part, I feel it's doing
And
pretty good.
It's being very heavily used.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I'm in the group. Oh, we are live. Excellent, excellent. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to start the live stream to the public, and then I'm going to start with the video. I'm going to let this picture stay up for a second, and then I'm just going to go right to the video. And this one is we may have seen it a little bit, but it's a little bit more of an introduction to what we're talking about. This is serving two purposes. Oh, somebody else is here. Serving two purposes. Number one, it is we're doing the part that we can do here through Synergy Solutions to help and help the world, help people release interference. Let me just do this. Let's do this. Okay, so what is streaming? Oh, this is streaming. Does this make people crazy? All right. So what we're doing today is we're going to be talking about some quantum healing information. So we're streaming live now to the world, I believe. And let me make sure this is going. Yeah, it's live. We are live and all over the place. So I want to get these images out of here. Welcome, everybody. My name is Dr. Kevin Gyurina. This is a free quantum energy healing session for anyone who's tuning in. And we're going to be, we're going to start with the concepts first. So let's dive right into that. Welcome. Share, likes, share and like. This is about helping the world, helping people. And what are we helping? Well, we're finding, I am in the belief that we are helping people get to find better peace and calm and goodness in their life. We have Dr. George here. Dr. George, anything you want to add? That what are we doing here today? How are we helping people? If you give me the 10 to 15 second elevator comment, how is this helping people? And then while you're talking, I'll pull up that image again.
Well, yeah, as a chiropractor, I would have to say we're delivering a chiropractic adjustment in the truest sense, which means to release the stuck stress that's been piling up, to release it back to the brain, so the brain can have another chance to assimilate that information and thereby grow from it. So we're fostering growth by getting unstuck, by unsticking the stress so that the person can have another chance to digest it.
That's a great one. And what the image I'm showing up for everybody is, classically chiropractic is thought of as a very physical healthcare. So we're working in the traditional chiropractic sense here in structure and function. And there's a pretty easy jump to get the chemistry component of the human life, of the human body, in relationship to structure and function. And where I see a lot of people talking these days is now we're talking into the electromagnetic fields. So the same kind of stuff that would measure the heartbeats, the brain waves, the nerve conduction tests. And when we get into a little more esoteric worlds, I believe these are the fields that are chakra, aura, and there's numerous other fields I am in the belief that we have yet to discover. And this scientist, Dr. William Tiller, a researcher, he's a phenomenal history. I encourage anyone to investigate who he is and how he does his work. He's been measuring these subtle energy fields, information, and intention and intention. We talked about Lynn McTaggart, the intention experiment. So I digress. Let's dive right into it and watch the video. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. So what is actually going on? And so this is actually, I believe, the most important slide of the whole talk. So I'm going to kind of just chat about it for a minute. I want you to absorb it, take pictures if you need to. But in chiropractic, what we know very automatically, it's what we're taught, is function and structure are very much reliable on each other. And now we fully understand that our nutrition, our toxins have an effect. And now we're talking about, traditional Chinese medicine of meridians and acupuncture and EMF and all these waves and different properties of electronics that affect the human body. But what is the new wave of science over the last 20 or 30 years, maybe even before that, obviously started with Einstein, is all these subtle energy fields. And there's a group of scientists now in different pockets, and I don't think any of them are talking to one another. That intention can affect these subtle energy fields. And these subtle energy fields can inform these levels, and these levels can inform back. So it's kind of like, well, how does remote healing work? There's all these, Sharon McTaggart, I was having a conversation with someone over here the other day about Sharon McTaggart. Has anyone heard of that name? Lynn McTaggart, thank you. I'm thinking of a friend of mine, Sharon.
She wrote The Field.
The Field, thought field stuff. Yeah, The Field. And she has this whole YouTube, the intention experiment. And so when there's groups of people having an intention for other groups of people, what she found out was, there's groups of people that had the intention directed at them had some changes, but it was who was doing the giving of the intention had the most profound changes. So it's kind of like this give and receive, kind of like this law of nature. When something goes out, something has to come back. It's kind of like the safety pin cycle in chiropractic.
They found out that people who were prayed for benefited, but the people who did the praying benefited even more.
Exactly. So in this idea, I've been working with another KST doc. He's not here this weekend, Dr. George. And him and I, in the last 6 weeks, have gotten on a live webinar. I've invited a couple of my patients on. We've been beta testing, and we've been doing this live healing Wednesdays at noon, every Wednesday, and they're getting changes. And what I noticed was I was having significant shifts in something in my life, in my body. And so it just started to bring some of these videos and some of these books that I've read over the years back to my mind of, okay, this is something here that we can all participate in. And one of the things I really wanted to do, and Ted is encouraging me, I think we can write some papers about this. And this is important because there's not too many people that are investigating the science that are actually applying it to real life. Okay, so we got, let me get this lined up so everyone can be viewing on all the live streams. So if you're joining in and you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, you're on YouTube, if you're on somewhere else besides the private group, then you are getting what we want to give to the world here. And this is in a time of need. So when there's stress, when there's challenges, well, the body has interference. So there's a way to identify how to release that. So then you can adapt, you can be resilient, you can live your life to your greatest, fullest potential, regardless of what's happening around you. So I want to say hello and welcome to all the doctors that are here. Dr. George, Dr. Sasha, Dr. Vesna. Vesna, let me unmute you. There you go, you're in. And I want to say hello and welcome. How's everybody?
Hello. Great.
Excellent. All right. So There's going to be an interesting vibe today because there's a lot of new energies connecting to us. So let me just give the basic intro of what needs to happen from the participants' end. And then the doctors, we're going to go in, we're going to connect to the field of energy that everyone's combining. Think of like a concert. Think of an event you go to whenever there's a group of people and they start to move forward in the event. I like music. It's very easy to get an understanding of. Well, people start synchronizing. People start becoming what's called entrained. Everyone's bopping their head at the same time. Everyone's smiling, having fun. That vibration. There's this building, and what we're getting into, the actual science, is like physics and quantum physics principles. And so, as that energy of everyone who's together is combined, well, as healers, as KST chiropractors, and I call them, we're quantum energy healers, we can find anything. And specifically in this instance, we have what's happening in our world, in our lives, in our communities, in our jobs, in our careers. We have all the stresses and strains and worries and doubts and fears. And those things are interfering our ability to flow. These are interfering with our ability to thrive. And ultimately, that means it's interfering with your ability of the immune system to do its job to the best way it can. I think Adrian just popped on. Let me see where he is. Yes, I'm going to bring him in here now. All right, the team is all here. All right, this is fantastic. So when people are doing let's see, everyone's in the view. Great. And let's see. So everyone's here. Adrian, welcome.
Hey.
Perfect timing. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we're about to
Hi,
start.
everybody.
Oh, thank you, Adrian. Thank you. We just to give you an up to speed where we're at. I showed a video about the phenomena of intention, of energy, and how the subtle energy fields affect the electromagnetic energy fields, and therefore affects the physical, mental, emotional self. So everyone that's going to be participating in a moment, I'm going to ask them to take a couple deep breaths in and out, just like you would with anything that you're relaxing into. And hold in your mind, have an awareness, and then let it go of what you want better in your health, for your family, for your community, for your job, for your career, for the world. And what is it that we're looking for? I'm going to ask you to comment what we want, what we need, what you want, what you need. I'm open for some peace and calm. I'm open for some breakthrough kind of energy that we all have this big relax, and then we can honor. And what I've seen, I'm very excited about, is I've seen all kinds of people exercising outside. I see people finding kindness and compassion and helping the neighbors. It's been a beautiful experience for me to witness. George, I'm gonna start with you, George. I'll ask everyone here, and then anyone who's watching online, post your desires, and that's a step into manifestation of bringing goodness into this world. George, what are you hoping to see? What are you wanting to see? What do you think needs to be seen in this world? Seen and felt, I should say.
Well, my intention is to help us all to awaken to create a better future. I think a future has been planned for us, and we need to get our intentions screwed on real strong now to dispel that darkness. I think someone's got a plan for us. We can outdo it though. We gotta shine the lights real bright right now.
That's right. Well, here's the good news. You can't solve a problem until it's seen, until it's felt. And boy, we've been feeling it. We're seeing it. And there's a lot of people over the last 20, 30, 40, maybe even longer years, waking people up to shift that. So we course correct to a better future. Sasha, thank you for tuning in. What do you think the world needs? What do you think we need? What are we aligning towards? What input do you have for us?
I think you said the word earlier, Kevin. I think it's kindness, and it's not about being seen to be done. It's about being genuinely kind. Yeah, it's not about being politically correct.
Thank you for your input. It's a very, very wonderful statement. And yeah, our conversation before we got started was very, very fluid and very warming. So thank you, Sasha, for bringing that back up. Vesna, hello.
Hello.
Welcome from Croatia. And so talk about what you want to bring more into the world, where you see the world could be benefiting from right now.
I would say trust and inner peace.
Trust and inner peace. So for those that are tuning in, when we talk about an intention, and let me bring that image back up. When we talk about intention, the doctors won't see this. It affects our subtle energy fields, which affects our electromagnetic fields, which affects our chemistry, which affects our structure, which affects our function. Vesna, thank you.
Thank you.
And Adrian, what is your input here?
That just came in to me as another type of structure.
Okay.
Not a society based on compression structure, like our buildings, like all like putting more and more and more on the shoulders of the people, and putting more and more and more on the minds of the kids with the education, but more of a elastic structure. As a good foundation, but that brings more the method so that you can actually apply it to everything you do, everything you want to create. Know about your mind, how the mind works, how to listen to your intuition, how your body works, and how you can learn, memory, all the stuff.
So I think your concept is humongous.
And learn what you want.
Yeah, your concept is huge. We're needing a shift in structure of our entire society.
Yeah.
A new way of thinking, a new way of kindness. Wow. Okay. So I have one word I want to use: resilience. Resilience.
Mm.
With that being said, we're going to shift gears. I'm going to turn on some light music. Well, it's some fun music, and we can have fun while we help people, right? Right.
Yeah.
Don't have to be all like, serious and stern and all that. There's some fun we can have at this. So as I'm turning on the music, some pleasantry. Hopefully, let me just double check the feed if it's going through the music. Excuse me. It is. Okay, good. So the music's on. Take a few deep breaths, kind of just be in that moment. And the doctors are going to do the work that we do. And then we're going to come in at the end. We're going to check in. Take stock of what you notice in your mind, in your body, in your peace. And actually, I may find a little slower music to tune on. Well, not so much a rock song, but the doctors are tuning in right now. You're taking some deep breaths and allowing the shift. Receive. Open up, allow a shift to change, allow a shift to occur, and then watch what happens. We've been getting some great feedback about people's responses, what they've noticed in their life, the momentum that's building in their life. It's quite beautiful. Go ahead and take a couple deep breaths in and out. If you're watching and you're wondering what is going on, We'll be shortly explaining in just a moment. A little more grounded ways. We're back and we keep on going. Okay, everybody, we are back. Stay tuned. Yes. And we'll be talking about what happened there in just a second as well. And again, I see more people are popping on. So let's continue to give feedback of what's happening. We're in the middle of a remote quantum energy healing session, and you're tuning in now is no mistake. And I'm glad that you're here. So what you need to do is simply take a couple deep breaths, set yourself in the place of no time, no space, and start the connection at 12 noon Eastern time. It's now 12:23 Eastern time. We've been doing the remote quantum group healing for the last couple minutes. And I'm still in processing mode, meaning like an installation of a new app on your phone, there's a few moments before the, excuse me, I'm showing something in my screen there. There's a few moments before it's ready to operate. And so I'm in process mode. Dr. George looks like he's complete. Sasha, what are you noticing? Finished?
Finished. Yep.
Adrian or Vesna, any continued work on your side?
No,
Finished.
Okay.
yeah, finished.
Well, I know I'm streaming. However, I have another feed on and maybe it stopped. Oh, it's still on. Maybe it's still on. Nope. We'll see how that works on post-production. It's going somewhere, so that's all that matters. Good. Adrian, you all wrapped up?
Yep.
Okay, and Vesna?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Different feeling for me again today. George, I'll start with you. You laughed. Thank you. I see everyone smiling a little bit there, so thank you. George, tell me, what was your initial feel, and then what did you notice? What did you work on?
The reason I laughed is that I usually don't get a particular feeling when I do this, and you guys usually do. It's more of like a mechanical thing for me. I just go into this mode. That's why I laugh.
And that's, there's nothing, I want to interrupt you. There's no wrong or right way to get this done. And in fact, in some ways, George, I admire you with that mechanistic component. There's less, maybe there's a little bit less, I don't know. There's a different.
You got to bring balance, right?
Thank you. Exactly.
Yeah. No, I don't have any, I just think it's kind of interesting. I just have this whole different methodical approach, I guess.
Beautiful.
A lot of the same stuff, like some hollow organs, a particular organ that had to be removed. Well, it's a weird one. Maybe I'll tell you later. We don't have this organ, but it showed up on us.
And so I want to add this because there's a question we got in the group last week was, what is a hollow organ? And so think of the airways. Think of your lungs, technically the bladder, digestive tract. What else, George, goes in that list?
Well, large intestine, small intestine, gallbladder, appendix. I got right lateral ventricle again. I've been getting right ureter on people this week. Yeah, pericardium. I think lungs would actually be solid organ.
Oh, well, you know, I guess better refresh my definition.
Yeah, the parenchyma of the lungs would be the hollow part.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
it's taken from acupuncture or traditional Chinese medicine.
So yes, I'll definitely refresh my my knowledge base there. So, okay. And when we are adjusting the hollow organs, Dr. George, what does that tell you?
A few weeks ago, when it started showing up a lot, we had talked about expansion, expanding our consciousness, expansion. I thought, well, it's an expansive organ, and maybe it needs to be goaded into expanding further.
Versus rigid in its ways.
That's what I had felt like after the adjustment. Like I said, I was on the bicycle and it was like, whoa, everything was dialed in. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool. Adrian, tell us, what did you find? What did you notice?
I found sexual organs. Yeah, it was lot of tension in these organs. Found muscular, the lateral pterygoid, the muscles inside the jaw.
Okay.
For those who don't know. And osseous jaw, I just think.
Okay.
Then a lot of cranial sphenoid work. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Anything else you want to add? Any insights? Any advice? Or, I mean, and by all means, that's what you share with us is profound. So,
what would I felt on the beginning, the feeling I had was posterior part was pretty loose, and the anterior part was very rigid. So the physical component was like kind of loose, and the emotional component was rigid. So might be good to maybe work on stabilizing structure, stabilizing the spine, maybe few exercises like the plank.
Okay, wonderful.
Stuff like that. And we just, kind of breathe slowly to listen to the emotions.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
And Sasha, tell us a little bit about what you noticed and how you're interpreting things for us.
Well, when I did OD, I got Reiki Blue. Didn't want KST adjustments, just Reiki Blue. So I just did Reiki Blue the whole session. And it downloaded for a while. And then it stopped. It's finished. So whatever happened, happened. It was about kindness. That was my intention. Being kind to ourselves and being kind to others.
Excellent.
Not to gain reward, but because it's human to do.
Yeah. Yes. And so for those who are just tuning in, Vesna will connect with you in a second. For those just tuning in, we've been doing a live remote quantum healing for the benefit of everyone who's participating, who connects at any point. And in the beginning, I we showed some footage of the introductory talk I gave about this topic. And this slide right here says it all. So take a screenshot: function, structure, chemistry, electromagnetic fields, subtle energy fields, intention, information. Dr. William Tiller is the one who is doing this massive research, among others. And we are applying the science and physical healthcare, so to speak. And so with that being said, we just wrapped up the actual session. We had started with the video. We moved into a small explanation and then setting the intention. And Sasha mentioned kindness. So this is about kindness for ourselves and for the world and everything that we do. I know I talked about my intention was resilience for people. And Dr. George mentioned, pardon me if I forget, though, we all had an intention that was beneficial to all humans, all life, and moving forward. So Dr. George, just refresh me. What was the intention?
To awaken to create a better future,
Yes.
A brighter future.
Right. And so Vesna, tell me about what you noticed, what you found.
Okay. I started with cranial bone, temporals for the emotion of fear. And then there were a few more cranials and upper cervicals. And then at the end, which was most profound, was working on heart chakra. And it felt as if it was expanding. And that was beautiful.
Thank you. That is so beautiful, so welcomed. For me, my work, I really only had two things to do, and one was the perception zones off the body, so the chakra, and it was just expansive. I tapped, and it went. Two oils came in. One is called On Guard, the protective blend. So that would be for our minds as well as our bodies. And then spearmint, which I know has a lot to do with communication, speaking truth. I know there's other qualities to those oils, just like any like eating carrots may be good for your eyes, other things like that. These are concentrated whole foods that are in liquid form and providing the biochemical components, which has an effect on mind, body, and spirit. Today was interesting for me. I immediately felt there was like, I'm maybe unable to fully articulate what I was noticing, though expansive. There was a lot of power behind it, yet there was a subtlety to it. So to me, that means there was a lot of people connected. There was a lot of influence that we were shifting, and yet it was a subtle thing. So a 1 degree turn of the wheel of the boat can take you from leaving New York City, aiming for England, but they could end up in Africa if you're, I think, a 1 degree change. So that being said, this has been another successful session of Synergy Solutions, and I wish the best for everybody out there. Stay strong, stay vigilant, stay brave, stay peaceful. There's wonderful things that you can do. I know each of us here, all the doctors here, have all kinds of wonderful advice about holistic and natural healthcare to strengthen and support your immune system. And this was one of our ways of giving to the world, to give to you, that you could be more resilient, be more kind, learn to see, open up those eyes, open up those ears, take those action steps that are going to help course correct this earth into a better place. I want to thank all doctors for being here. We go live, and my pledge to everyone here that's tuned in, as long as this situation is going on in the world, I'm going to be streaming this live, complimentary for everybody. Yes, we do have a paid wall. There's a group in the private section that does get some extra stuff, and there's more plans to give them more extra stuff, more courses, more content, and then we're going to be teaching these protocols of how to do this for yourself, for your plants. Water your plants the right way. For your children, for your pets. We are life forms, and only thing interfering with the expression of full-on life is interference. And when you can begin to investigate those levels and depths, well, then you get right on board with what we're doing here at Synergy Solutions. So thank you, everybody, for your time and attention. And
thank you. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. We'll see. All right. right, welcome back. I'm Dr. Kevin. You just witnessed another and experienced another session of Synergy Solutions. Let me turn this one down over here. And so if there's any questions, now is a good time to ask. And let's see. Thank you for participation and connecting. The rising tide principle, I'm typing as I'm talking too, meaning that when you make a positive shift, it affects other people in a positive way. Too many wires crossing each other over there. When you make a positive shift and you do something good in the world, it puts a positive effect out around you. You've seen it in your life. We've even seen it on TV commercials and television shows. So anyway, with that being said, I don't want to leave you with believe what you see on TV. Believe that heart, believe that intuition. Use your mind to ask good questions and come to good conclusions. And if you have any additional insights, thoughts, you want to know how to get connected to this on the inside, you want to investigate more about what this whole quantum energy dealing is, I open up the doorway for you to enter in and ask those questions. So blessings, thanks for coming in, thanks for participating, and stay tuned. I'll be doing Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be doing the next webinar, episode 2 of Dr. G's Mystery Science Theater 2020. And then Tuesday night, 5 p.m., Transformation Tuesdays, we talk about mind, body, spirit, how to understand what the signals, what they mean, and how to decode them so you can understand what your heart is asking you to do, what your consciousness is out of alignment with, so you can help bring it into alignment, that you can have a better life. Do you want that? I know I want that. Blessings and best regards. I'm Dr. Kevin.